What's up, guys? It is John Muscarello from Side Hustle Experiment. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm a six-figure e-commerce seller. I sell on Amazon and eBay, mostly books and news media, and I am getting very heavily into OA, and that's what this video is about. This whole channel is dedicated to how you can make more money on Amazon and eBay. So that's what we talk about on this channel. So if you're into that kind of stuff, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. In today's video, I'm going to go over 5 tips / things I've learned from hunting down awesome deals at Target, Walmart, Kohl's. Basically, a lot of these deals had limits online, and I'm going to kind of go over how to get around that a little bit in the video. So let's get into it. This is my first Q4, and please excuse the lighting. It gets darker a lot earlier. So keep that in mind. I've been doing a lot. This is my first fourth quarter. So everything is new to me. I am learning a ton. I actually started a Google Doc, things, like to avoid next year, or like things to be aware of for next year, just so I remember them. But I've found a lot of good deals online, mostly Target and Walmart's, and they all have limits. You can only buy 1 or 2, which is kind of a bummer. But what I've been doing, so tip number 1, if you find a hot deal online, you can not only order it online, but you can also order it for in-store pickup. And what that does, so that's tip number 1, order for in-store pickup. That allows you, number 1, to get the item much faster. We are really coming up against it to get items into Amazon, so they'll be ready to ship out for Christmas. I'm pretty sure like you're not going to be wanting to sending anything out after Thanksgiving, or that will be the last shipments. So yeah, so I went this whole weekend. I spent about probably $5,600 in the last 48 hours. It's kind of crazy for me, but I'm confident in everything I bought. But anyway, you reserve it, you lock in that profit for 2 or 3 items, and then before you pick up those items in the store, I always go and see if those items are on the shelves. This way I could get more of them, and in most cases they definitely did have more in the store. So that's number 1, order the items for pickup so you can get them quicker. Number 2, look around the store for more of that item to beat the limits. A lot of the places I went had a lot of the stuff that I was already buying. I do find the Target app super helpful. You could basically like look at everything you bought, and it'll be like, hey, we have more of this in this aisle, or this is located there. So definitely do that. Number 3, if it says the item is at the store and you don't see it, it could happen, right? Like they just don't have anymore. Or what happened, I think every time I asked someone, I was like, hey, I don't see this in the store. Like, do you have this? They're like, oh, let me check. And they look at your phone and they type in some number on that's on the app. And they're like, oh yeah, we have 4 or 5 in the back. And I was like, okay, great, can I get those? And they're like, yeah, sure, let me bring it out to you. So always ask if you don't see it, because a lot of the times, or from my experience, it's been in the back. And that's happened multiple times. And it seems the same product I was looking for was always in the back. So, I don't know, that's somewhat interesting to me. Number 4, know your prices. So, know how much you should be paying for something. Know, what the deal is. A bunch of times at Target, there were things that were on sale for like $30 cheaper, but the shelf said that it was supposed to be like $100, and it was really like closer to $65, which is crazy. And then when I went to the register to ring it up, it came up that same $100. So I was like, hey, this is supposed to be like $60. And they were like, oh, like how, like what do you mean? And I like showed them the Target app, and then they price matched it. So definitely know what you're supposed to be paying and make sure that is what you're paying. Number 5. This one is, I think, kind of most important. I mean, I wasn't going into these stores. I was going to these stores knowing exactly what I wanted to buy and what I was looking for. And that's kind of the point. I would do your homework online first. You know, these stores were somewhat crowded. You don't want to be scanning the Lego item aisle, or kids and grandparents and other parents are trying to get their kids late. Like, that's not the time to do that. Like, you should basically know what you want to buy, go in there, like double check your phone to make sure you have the right number or whatever the hell you're buying, and grab it, put in your cart, and get out of there. That I have found to be so much easier, just going there, knowing what to get. And most of the stores have them in very similar places. So that is kind of how that went. So those are the 5 tips that I have for you today. Yeah, and just in general, Q4 has been crazy. I actually just never really envisioned it like this. I'm probably not doing like a 1/10 of what these bigger people are doing, but for my first Q4, it's definitely been an eye-opening experience. Like I said, I will do like another video of like mistakes I made during Q4, things I didn't realize. But I just kind of want to make this quick video. Been really short on time lately, but if you're going out bargain hunting or hunting for these deals, I hope these tips help you. And if you could please like the video, subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. And leave a comment, let me know. Are you ordering online mostly? Are you picking stuff up in stores? Do you have any tips or tricks? I'd love to hear them. And I'll see you guys in the next video.